Hello. Today is less a beer review and more kind of just talk about the new job. A lot of people have been asking me, oh, how'd you score a cool job at a brewery? And I'll tell you exactly how. And while I'm doing that, I will be drinking my first crowler, my first personal crowler of a Stonecloud TurtleHead Imperial Stout. So 11% alcohol. It was just canned today, and I know that because one, it says the date right there. Two, humble brag, I crowlered this. Unhumble brag, I am taking this one home because I crowlered it pretty poorly. It's a little bit less beer. I'm drinking it the day I crowlered it because I don't want the oxygen to go and oxidize it and make it taste all nasty. My cat is grabbing my cord and like walking away with it. Say hey, meow. Okay, so about April of 2014, I graduated from college. I'm gonna drink this while I'm talking because, like I said, this is less of a beer review and more of just talking. So I graduated from college, Oklahoma Christian, and yeah, this is pretty low. Didn't want to sell that. I graduated from college, and my major was video gaming and animation. Man, this is awesome looking. Super black, nice tan head. Super coffee heavy, super creamy, pretty boozy, really roasty. Oh, it's so good. Okay, so I majored in video gaming and animation and got a job as soon as I got out of college. Like, I graduated like on a Friday and I started working on a Monday. And I had the best job for 2.5 years. But I worked at this company doing augmented and virtual reality and 3D stuff and learning new things. And I just kind of got burnt out, and all whilst falling in love with beer. Making, brewing, you know, everything beer. Making, brewing, that's like the same thing. Drinking, hanging out around. I started dreading going to work, and I just became unhappy with my job. Not my job, but what I was doing. I just, for like 6 months straight, I would think, man, if I woke up right now and like went to a brewery to work, that would be the best job. Like, I would never be unhappy. So I'll pause there and I'll go back to actually a year ago. Almost a year to this day, I started Making It Grain and published my first video. I really wanted a way to get in the beer community and the craft beer scene and kind of learn as much as I could in a very little amount of time about craft beer. And I knew a little bit about it. I knew that I liked it, and I knew about the different styles, but I wasn't really big on how, like, I didn't really know how to smell aromas and how to taste things. And still, I mean, I do not count myself as a professional at all. I just tell you what I think it tastes like and what I think it smells like. I don't think that I use the lingo. Anyways, I have a good time doing it. So a year ago till now, today, I'm still doing the videos. I've learned just a ton. I have made so many friends in the beer community. I've made friends with at least 1 or 2 people from each brewery locally, knowing them. And I mean, you gotta, so here's, I guess, what I would say. If you really do want to work in the beer industry, whether it be a bartender or at a cool bar, serving, or just, I don't know, whatever you want to do there, or at a brewery or at a restaurant, or, you know, whatever, distribution center, you have to work at it, and you have to, you know, kind of point your life in that direction and start learning and start doing and know people from the breweries and drink lots of different styles of beer and just kind of make a name for yourself in this industry. And the best thing I can recommend is, you know, join a Facebook group, go hang out with people, meet people. I was meeting someone like 2 or 3 people every 1 or 2 weeks, like someone new in the beer scene. I would just say, hey, let's go grab a beer, let's do this, come and do this review with me. And Making It Grain has been a great gateway to that. But finally, I don't know, finally I started trying to get the job. Once I knew what I was, well, for the most part, talking about, and I knew a little bit more about beer, and I thought I was ready. I was gonna start, you know, looking for a job. And at first, I kind of would have worked anywhere. And I would have done I was gonna think about bartending or serving at a restaurant that had beer and kind of work my way up that way. Either way, I wanted to be able to work my way up. That's the best way to learn, is to start low, doing some grub work, which is very important for, you know, learning a little bit of everything. So that's what I did. I contacted Joel at Stonecloud, and I kept in contact with him. I visited him at the brewery before it opened, like 6 months before it opened. That might be a little bit much. no, probably 3 or 4 months. I don't know. It could have been 6 months. I found out that they were pouring at the Oklahoma Craft Beer Festival, and I volunteered, and I got there early just to get, they had like 2 tags for volunteer help, and I grabbed one. I was like the first person in line just so that I could pour with them. So I got to hang out with them for like 5 hours. They got to know me, I got to know them. And as I was speaking with Stonecloud and Joel and working with some of the people there, I began to realize that this is the place that I want to be at. First of all, it's a new brewery. I would love to get started with them early. Second of all, Joel is very knowledgeable. He worked at Avery, Boulder Beer. Sorry, Joel, if I'm butchering that or if I'm saying anything wrong, but he's been in the industry for like 10 years. So I knew that I would get a lot of knowledge out of him, and kind of like I'm doing, he started his way up within like the beer industry. And yeah, I just knew that I wanted to be around beer. If you really want a job in the industry, I mean, for me, I love beer. I love smelling it. I love tasting it. I love being around it. I love talking about it. Anything that there is to it, I will just love. I love cleaning beer. That's how much I love it, which is very important. Yeah, I would just say start working towards that. And if you really do love it, things are gonna fall into place. You just have to be super passionate about it. You have to, you know, make connections, make friends, and stay friends with these people. I mean, the beer community is a great community, especially here in Oklahoma. And I know there's some all over. In every state, there's a community. And yeah, so I was talking about why I wanted to work for Stonecloud. So really cool place, brand new, knowledgeable employees that were already there. The quality of the beer is awesome. I will tell you this with a straight face, and I'm not being biased or anything, but Joel makes some of the cleanest beer you will ever drink. He's got that, him and his crew, they have that thing down to a science. And I guess now I'm a part of the crew, whatever. But yeah, so I'm going on the end of my 2nd week now, and it's been tough. It's been like a 180-degree direction from where I was working, because I was at a desk job, kind of sitting at a desk, not moving much. And you know, you're just staring at a computer screen for 6 to 8 hours a day. That's just not who I am. I like to be moving. I'm pretty active, and sitting at a desk all day, every day just took a toll on me, and it really burnt me out. So being at the brewery is like super labor intensive. You're throwing kegs around, you're carrying hot hoses, you're getting burnt, I have 3 new cuts on each hand every day when I get home, that I don't even know they're there until I like stick my hand in some isopropyl alcohol or some sanitizer, and you feel the burn. You wear heavy boots. I mean, I come home for the first week, I woke up at like 5:30 every day, get there at 7, I would leave at like 5, and I would go to sleep at like 7:30. Now I'm getting used to it, and I'll tell you this much, I'm gonna be ripped. But yeah, so I guess that's the end of that. If you guys really have any questions, feel free to message me or email me. You know where to find me, but I'll be happy to talk to you or grab a beer with you or answer any questions that you have. But just a quick shout out to the Stonecloud team. They're probably never gonna see this video, but I work with some of the coolest people in the brewery business, and I believe that 100%. I work in production with 3 dudes that are just awesome. So shout out to Joel, Nate, and Leo. 3 of the best guys ever. You guys are awesome. They don't hesitate to answer any stupid questions that I have, since I'm new to the industry. You know, and it's so important to, like, if you get a little thing wrong, it can be a really, really big thing. So I try to ask as many questions, especially if I'm not 100% sure. I'll ask and ask again. But I'm open to learn just so much and be as important as those guys one day, and as knowledgeable. So anyways, that's my spiel. This beer's awesome. This is a real coffee Imperial Stout. But cheers. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching. I'm Patrick, and as always, I'm making it grain. So yeah, also shout out to the taproom crew. You guys make things happen. Y'all pour the beer, and y'all are the front of the brand. So shout out to you guys. Another quick shout out to our new cat, Marsha Lynch, named after Marshawn Lynch, but her name can't be Marshawn because she's, well, I guess it could, but she's a girl, so we call her Marsha Lynch, after Ashley's favorite football player, Marshawn. This is her, previously owned by Ben Moore. So another big shout out to Ben. We've had her for like less than a week, so she's really like, she don't like to be held or anything, and she hisses and bites and scratches, but she'll get used to us. Thanks again for watching. Chase your dreams. Also, so Coffee Imperial Stout, we're tapping this week a version that I'm sure some of you guys have had called Touching Cloth. It's the TurtleHead with coconut. Joel toasted the coconuts himself, and so it's this with coconut, and it's awesome. It is absolutely fantastic. So go get your hands on it this weekend and enjoy. And if you guys ever do come by the brewery, I'm usually there until 5, like 3 to 5 is when I usually leave. So if you're there when I'm there, say hey, and I'll see you guys.